Hope Channel, changing lives.
Good evening once again, and welcome to Teens Connect, a platform we can say anything and everything how you want to say it, to build each other up and to grow up in Christ. Today, I'm Kofi, your host, and we have a lot of interesting panelists to help us to dissect and bisect and carefully gather information on various topics that are going to be discussed on this show. Today, we have with me Nadia, Acheze, Nancy, and Pastor Evo. We're going to discuss so many interesting topics, and stay tuned. But to start, as our custom is, we have to get something to get the ball rolling. And so I have a couple of words in this box. And I don't know, some of you have very good sentence formation and creativity. So Nadia, please pick a word, and for 1 minute, talk on the word that you pick without stopping. You don't say and, you don't say but, you don't say so. You don't use interjection like no. Just speak straight about it for 1 minute. No slowing down. Just speak at the pace at which you start. So I'm giving you 1 minute. Please pick a word. Please show it to us. I've had a change of mind, so you can say and but no okay. So what word do you pick? Water. Let's see. Water.
Good.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1. Your time starts.
Okay, water is very essential for all humans.
It's okay, you're out. You're not supposed to pause. You're supposed to speak.
I didn't say that.
I thought I said no slowing down. Just
okay, can I get one chance?
No. Okay, let's go around. We'll come back to you. Please pass it to Pastor. Let him also get something to speak about for 1 minute. Give it to Pastor, please. Please open it and show it to us.
University is a stage, the last stage of education, and you have to go there, get your first degree, go back, get your second one, and then get a PhD. Without university degrees, you are not qualified for a lot of high-level position jobs. So everybody must try to get to the university.
You haven't even made 30 seconds.
No, I thought it was more than a minute.
No, it's not even 30 seconds.
Not even 30 seconds?
No.
Oh, so I should continue?
Yes, please.
University is spelled U-V-E-R-S-I-T-Y. We have a couple of universities in Ghana. Legon. The name Legon is really a Gan, meaning Ni Legon. It's a hill of knowledge that is translated into Accra language. You've learned something new. Yes, and Nkrumah did that. So university, you have to go for your degrees, and you have to submit yourself in your profession to get it done.
The time is up. So please, Acheze, pick a word and speak about it 1 minute. No repetition. No okay, so none of that. Just speak and speak about it. No, don't change it. That one
Citation.
Is an award we use from one day.
3, 2, 1, go.
Charlie, let me change your word.
No, speak on it.
Oh. Hey. Okay. Citation. Form of reward for a good deed done or something. I said sorry.
So now, Pastor is the only one who has been able to do it successfully using cunning techniques. Nancy, please.
Here we go. Oh, television.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Let's see what you can see.
Okay, so television is spelled Television, and everyone watches television. You find news, movies, cartoons, so many things. We learn from it
She said it's okay, she's out.
So none of you have been able to say it except Pastor. But Nadia said she wants last chance. It doesn't
Then
count.
we'll all get last.
Oh no.
because
She
Pastor-
the one who asked for it.
Pastor
so
has
she-
only won.
Yeah.
Pastor has won already, but let's give her.
Then me to want the last chance.
No, you didn't ask. And
You didn't ask.
Yes.
So
she
please,
insisted.
India,
Okay,
speak
I'm asking,
on
I'm
water.
asking.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, water is a very essential part of the human life. It carries, it is 70%. It is
makes-
70% of. No, it covers 70% of the Earth's surface. Sorry, water can be used for many things like washing, bathing,
She said she's out.
Okay,
She said,
yeah.
This is like everything. I didn't even realize.
All right. So, unfortunately, Pastor is the only one who can talk about a topic without saying but
You need to try and listen now.
Yes,
You
he
have
should
to
try. He should
You
try
have
one.
to try now. You
I
have
have
to try. You have to try.
if I don't know why you're challenging me because
You cannot do it.
To
So
be honest,
this one no need challenge. Try it.
look, Nadia, time me 1 minute. If I make mine 2,
Hey, no.
make mine 2.
1
Make mine
minute.
2.
Okay, then make it 2.
Make mine 2. Prophets.
Please show it to us.
Perfect.
Prophets.
Okay.
2 minutes or 3. Which one do you want?
One.
Master, let him take 2.
Okay,
yes.
sure.
Are you timing me?
Yes, should I start?
Yes.
Okay, start.
The thing about prophets is that throughout the ages, they have been the means by which God has communicated to mankind. There have been many prophets, from Moses to Samuel,
Was Moses a prophet?
Yeah.
from Moses to Samuel to Jeremiah to Isaiah, and now so many prophets, even Ellen White, prophetess, female prophets are prophetesses. And you see, the thing about prophets is that people normally tend not to listen to them, even though the words which they come from are words from God, words which they speak. I like prophets because it is spelled P-R-O-P-H-E-T-S.
Smart one.
Although I do not know the derivatives or where the word prophet comes from, I trust that it may be from Latin, it could be Greek, it could be Aramaic, it could even be tree, gun, fancy. You know, the other thing about English, the words are from everywhere. But you see, another thing about prophets is that there are lots of false prophets. In our world today, you can count 1,001 false prophets.
What's the examples?
I don't want to give examples because I cannot defame anyone.
Yes.
I do not know what is going on behind the scenes. But we are sure that there will be false prophets and they'll even multiply exponentially coming to the end of the world's history. I know I am getting close to 2 minutes, but you know, for the sake of you guys, I want to show you class and levels, that there are levels to this game. And so to continue about prophets, what I'd also like to say about prophets is that God calls people to be prophets. It doesn't have to be the most educated, the most eloquent. When God calls you, and anyone can be a prophet. Let's take Moses for example. He was the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He was the grandson of Pharaoh. And you know, the thing is that God took him to the bush and to make him a prophet. And he took him through his
time up.
experience. You see, I told you that.
The whole thing is he's the host. He knows what he's doing.
Alright, it was a very
was smart.
interesting thing to have you guys on board. And I hope that next time you've learned a lesson. No no so, no but. But today's topic is very interesting. We're going to talk about decency in dressing. You know, it's a very important subject because we found out that a lot of us, myself inclusive, do not know how to dress and where to go. And when you're going for a wedding, how do you dress? When you're going out, how do you dress? And how do you ensure that it is decent and appropriate? Because people often judge you by how you look. And so, Nadisi, let me ask you, what are the influences on your dressing? How do you choose a dress when you're going somewhere? Or what makes you choose what you wear?
Okay, it depends on where I'm going to. For example, if it's a wedding, I start maybe not a gown, but then something like a long dress, mostly white, because in Ghana here, let me say, white is the color for like every celebration, even though I think it's not right, but mostly it's white. But if the wedding also has a color, maybe gold, we wear gold there. Yeah, that's what influences my choice.
Okay. let's hold on, because when Nancy's taking us, it's to weddings and stuff.
Oh,
I don't
no,
think anyone here is getting married anytime soon. So let's go on a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about it in depth. Stay tuned.
Oh, my friend, don't worry, don't worry.
As part of effort to give back to the society and to fulfill Jesus' healing ministry, Asaman Seventh-day Adventist Hospital, located in the Ashanti region, is conducting the following services for its 2020 missionary service: free eye surgeries, reading glasses distribution, diabetics and hypertension management. The program starts on the 12th of October to the 6th of November 2020. It is a whole 1 month to give back to the society. On-site screening is still ongoing. Book an appointment now. Kindly call the following numbers for clarification and further inquiries. Administrator 0540 642782. Specialist 0242 257593. The program is sponsored by United Service to Africa, USTA, Ghana Adventist Health Service. You can also donate to support this noble cause. Bank name Ghana Commercial Bank. Account number 620-113-000-0074. Name is Seventh-day Adventist Hospital, Asaman. Mobile money account number is also 0591 443016. Also Seventh-day Adventist Hospital, Asaman. Ghana Mission 2020, fulfilling the commission of Christ through the healing ministry.
Oh, don't worry, don't worry.
Thank you for coming back from that break. And so, before we left, Nancy was telling us about dressing. You were saying wedding, but how about other functions?
Yes, other functions like parties, engagements, naming ceremonies, and so many things. They all like influence my choice, and also maybe the time of the day. In the morning, I'll wear something like shiny. I'll wear anything with glitter or something, because like already the sun is up. You don't want to,
Are you a fashion designer?
Oh no, I'm not, but it also like counts. So but when it's in the evening, now you're supposed to wear something, which shines to make, the whole place sparkle.
I see. That's very interesting.
Yes.
Actually, so, what is about dressing? Is it only what you wear, or your hair and your shoes? Is it what is dressing all about? Can you tell me more?
Dressing will be what you wear. If you add your hair and everything, then that's appearance.
So,
No, it's also part.
No,
Because
that won't be
dressing,
appearance.
if I'm going to a wedding and I wear my long dress and everything, and I wear, what do you call
Not
it?
the shoes,
Kicks.
the hair. Your hair is a part
No,
of your dress.
okay, maybe I'll say hair, but then the shoe is also part. Because
Yes,
I'll go to a wedding and wear kicks with a gown. So your shoes are
I
also
didn't
part.
talk about shoes. I said
Sure.
hair. Hair is appearance. But then your
so
dressing
it doesn't
is
count as part of dressing?
yeah, hair there.
Nadia, what do you think? That's your hair count as part of your dressing?
Yeah, I think it does.
How?
Because you can't,
Because, yes.
you can't
You-
just
you wear
do
your hair.
any
You wear your
hairstyle
hair.
and
You wear it.
go to.
Actually, you wear hairstyles.
For example, if I'm
I
going
don't
to
think- I
church,
think it's
if I'm
just
going
part
to
of the
church, I won't
appearance.
just go and cut like a fade, like a girl. I can't just go and cut a fade and just go to church. So, because I think it's
actually
part.
counts because, see, like we recently went for this program, and the kind of hairstyles like some people brought, you can't take this kind of hairstyles to church.
It is that is under appearance. Like
Wait,
how?
so-
That's
Yes,
what I'm
we
saying
are-
is under
So let me
appearance.
get
Because I think it's also part of the whole
So you're saying
thing.
that there are some hairstyles you can take to church, and there are some hairstyles you can take to school.
Okay,
Isn't
no.
that double standard?
No, if you say you cannot take this hairstyle to church, then don't do it at all. Then
And
it means
that's what I'm
Ah,
asking.
Yes, that's
That
the
means
whole
it's
thing.
part.
That's the whole thing.
But you guys are trying to say here that
No.
you can wear some hairstyles to
No,
functions
that's not what
and
they
there
are
some
saying. But then,
hairstyles to
if you
church.
say you cannot send it to church, it means then don't do it at all.
Is that the general agreement? If you cannot take it to church, don't do it at all. I see Nancy is trying to disagree. But Pastor, what's your take on that?
What is my take on that? I grew up knowing church clothes are church clothes, regular clothes are regular clothes. So I don't wear church clothes for regular stuff. I still do that.
But with regards to hair,
Your whole body, the whole appearance counts.
Oh, dressing.
Because people look at everything. Just from a pastor's perspective, when you stand out there like an icon, people look from your hair straight down to your shoes. See, there's some correlation, you know. If it's match, you can wear a red shoe with a gray suit. People have to look, what's wrong with this person? Is something wrong? And so it's very important how you dress, how you appear, how you want people to see you, what image you want to leave behind. Those all count. You see, you can't go around like I'm looking now in a tight t-shirt, showing my muscles and stuff on a pro. No, you can't dress like that. You know? You have to hide certain things about yourself. The appearance should be very decent and speak of you. When people see you, they say, oh, that's a decent person going over there. Right?
Yes, please.
Like
so,
if my pants are falling down now, you can see my underwear and stuff. Would that be cool?
No.
Aha. So all those count, how you appear.
Okay. Nadia, do you think our parents should have an influence over how we dress?
Well, as a child, like I mean, a teenager like me, you know, the growth and development and the things that are going on, you would want to dress in a certain way, but you know, your parents know better. So,
are you sure?
Yes, but personally, I would not like my parents to
they know better,
for
but
me.
then sometimes it is 1995 eyes that they are using.
I know, yes. You know, sometimes you want to wear something, you know, but your parents would say...
Because sometimes they say what? You're saying...
No, you see, depending on my age, okay, we are going for a prom or something, I want to wear something that is maybe exposing certain parts. My parents would say, no, you're not supposed to wear this or stuff. For me, I would think my parents are actually wrong. Like, why are they hindering me from doing what I want to do? But in actual fact, they're actually helping us. Even though, for me, sometimes the parents...
it's not always. Sometimes because of like their past life.
Yes,
during their time, it wasn't there.
Exactly.
It's not bad, but then they don't see it as nice.
Let's listen to Nancy and then we come
They don't see it as nice because during that time it wasn't there. It's like you don't know. That's what it's not a bad dressing to them because during that time it wasn't there. So they think it's wrong. But then we have to listen to them, their parents.
Yeah, the last time my dad was talking about my trousers. He was like, your trousers has to be on your shoes like this. Some long thing, you. Like how? We don't wear long trousers nowadays. But then we're saying your trousers has to be long up to be. Why? Sometimes it's just 1995 eyes that
guys. Sometimes that's how it is.
So 1995 eyes. Is that what you're saying?
No, but then they know better. Like they influence. Like sometimes they are telling you the truth, but then sometimes too what they are saying is because they are past. So
they're saying they don't know what is fashionable.
Yes, something like that.
So if your mom is listening right now, you're saying she doesn't know what is fashionable.
I every day, so.
Okay, okay. But it's a very interesting perspective. But you guys, how do we put in the millennial and fashion? Because where do you draw the line between modernism and decency? Where do you really draw the line?
You look at what is right.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Not everything modern is wrong. That's one thing we Christians make a mistake about. That everything modern is wrong. Not everything modern is wrong.
True.
So you just look at what is right.
Yes.
What's the right modern things, then you do them.
So what is our standard? What are we measuring ourselves by, Nadia? What are we really measuring ourselves by? Because then right today can be right, tomorrow can be wrong. So what are we measuring ourselves by?
How can it be right then? So if I wear, so for example, the dress Nancy is wearing right now, how can it be
right
wrong in 2030? I mean, it might look old-fashioned though, but I'm not sure it will be wrong. Cause
no, but I'm saying
you just
judgment, because your choice today might be right today.
No, I try to say what will you stand by to say that this thing is right.
Yes, what is your yardstick? Because if you don't have a defined standard, it can.
No, I don't think they're going to be like that.
Oh no,
I just
you can ask yourself some questions like this thing.
Exactly.
Can I wear to church?
Yes.
You get it.
Or can I wear
it around? Okay, let's say my father is a pastor. Can I walk around like this as a son of a well-known pastor?
Who your father is determines how you dress.
That.
No, but then if the thing is wrong, it's wrong.
If you are the son of a well-known pastor and you think I can't dress like this outside, it means it's wrong. You cannot dress like that. So or you cannot wear that to church. It means it's wrong.
And something can be right today and be wrong tomorrow. If it's wrong, it's wrong. For example, ripped jeans, some of us think it's not good. in 2030, we still think it's not good. They're not going to change. So I don't think.
That thing I don't understand. I mean, some of
You've
them
not
is really
seen-
indecent.
you've not
but
seen
then there
some
are
of them
which is
before,
not-
that's
some
why.
of them are really indecent. But then
You've
there's a
not
little
seen-
which
you've not
I'm
seen-
saying.
it just
You've
has
not
this part
seen
to
ripped
it.
jeans
It
before.
just
What
has
you
this-
see, just some cats you see,
some
but you
some
never
of them
seen
are
ripped
really
jeans
indecent.
before.
I've seen those ones like
Those are what we
really
call
indecent.
ripped jeans.
But then there are some of them. It just has one rip here. Just this part
You
is
see,
ripped
that's
off.
what I'm
It's
saying.
a rip, but
That's
that
what
is
I'm saying.
nothing. It's
It
nothing.
starts with the
Still
rip.
ripped off.
It starts with the
The
rip.
rip.
And then they
Next
can.
time,
That's
the
what I'm
whole
saying.
cut.
It can be right today, but by the time you realize, if you don't have a defined
Okay.
principle,
Anyway, ripped jeans
Okay.
was wrong. It has been wrong. Like, let me say, people think it's wrong. I don't really think ripped jeans is wrong, but then
It's
Okay.
wrong. It's wrong.
so they are saying there's no principle, there's no guideline. Is that
there's
what
a
I'm getting
guideline.
from you?
There's
What
a
is the
guideline. I told you, can I wear it to church? No, then it's wrong.
Okay, so say
Or
I'm
if
going
God sees you, will he be
Or
happy?
even
Yes. If God was to
even
be
if-
here and sees you, will he be happy?
Some people say that, but it's not everything you can wear to church. Like, I cannot dress in jeans and okay.
But
But
if
if
it was a
God-
church function, like we have church social programs, like that, can you still wear that to their social program? If it's no, then it means you shouldn't wear it
But
at
if
all.
I'm using church to define it, then over time, what becomes acceptable at church becomes acceptable elsewhere.
If your church is a good church,
No,
obviously
but
it's
don't
good
say
things
that,
to be
no.
accepted.
It can creep in slowly, and so once it becomes acceptable at church, it becomes acceptable.
But I mean, I don't
Ask
think-
yourself,
if you go to
ask
another
yourself
church,
if Jesus was here today,
Yes,
would you
that's
wear
what
it?
you should do. Don't say church.
Ah.
You just ask if Jesus was to be here.
That's the thing, you know, if someone else grew like in a particular place where those kind of things are common, you can't tell me, and you know, the person thinks that my dress is okay. So you can't say if Jesus, the person would tell you that, yes, if Jesus can say, I would wear this, because the person thinks that that is the right dress.
Okay, I see Pastor wants to come in. So,
wear.
Pastor, can you tell us something?
No, you're doing very well. The what you wear is decency. That's the mark. That's the standard. What you're wearing. That's why in every house there's something called a mirror. You go and you look inside to see if you're decent, if your appearance is decent. Your parents talk because you represent them when they see you. They say, oh, there's any child. If they see you, they call your mother. So they are concerned about how you appear, how people see you. What are you projecting? People dress to project several things. I started a church in a place called Benton Harbor in Michigan. It's Devil's Hole. And my church was on Jefferson Hill. Prostitutes walk that street at night. You know how they dress. Do you know how they dress?
I don't know.
You have to go around around cantonments
Yeah.
area.
Around the Benin embassy.
Yeah, you see them. You see how they dress. So, Sabbath morning, they stay there till about 8, 9, and I go there and I preach to them. I say, come to church. Just come as you are. They say, like this? I say, is it wrong? They say, yeah, I can't come to church like this. I say, come anyway. Just sit at the back. So they come to church and they sit at the back. And people come and see them. Your church, you got these people. I said, Jesus died for them too. You got these people, they smelling cigarettes, they smell. I say, yeah, they need salvation. So church is not the mode. Decency even your house. How you dress at home. People come and see you. Your shorts is too short. You're not on the beach, you're home. You see, they're quiet, they know what I'm talking about. You sit down and you start pulling yourself. Nobody asks you to pull it down. You're trying to. Because it's short. It's not decent. Decency is the first criteria. What will people see me? What am I projecting? Like now I'm showing I got a flat stomach. I got some kind of muscle and all that stuff. No! I've just borrowed this t-shirt so I can make it work. But how do I dress normally? You know, the appearance. The pastor, I can have a call right now to go visit a family. How do I look? Do I have to go home and change? No. So I dress one time. I dress so I can go anywhere. Appearance. People see you, they know what kind of girl this is. They look at you and say, I can rap to this one. This one it looks like a church girl.
Yeah.
Away from her because she's not like that stuff. So when you project it, it's very important.
Okay, so Pastor, what does the Bible have to say on this?
The Bible tells us a man don't have to dress like a woman, neither does a woman have to dress like a man. It talks about not doing tattoos. Let me see your back. Maybe you got a little tattoo. Things like we're not supposed to do. The Bible talks about your appearance and decency. You have to be good. Because you're representing an image. You are made in the image of God. So you should appear godly. Alright? You should appear godly. Not like something out of a movie, XXX movie. You're failing to cover parts of your body that are called private. And you expose private stuff. Especially these days, you know, people are wearing stuff with no sleeve. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You pretend you don't know. Yeah. They bring it to church too. They just put a shawl over it. As soon as church is over, they take it off. Decency. You have to look decent. You have to. The Bible talk about Jezebel making a makeup, putting painting your face. That's what the Bible calls it. I know some of our church girls, when they come into church, they try to. As soon as church is over, they put it. They start with a plain one. It's just a plain. My lips are dry, and next thing you know, they're bleeding. It's red.
Pastor, are you saying that makeup is bad?
According to the Bible, you are trying to help God. You don't like what God has given you.
Okay, Pastor, please can you give us the biblical reference? I'm not challenging you, I just want it to be
where is that?
Sure.
Jezebel painting her face. You want Bible reference?
Yes, please. For our viewers.
For your viewers.
Yes.
2 Kings 9 verse 30. They call this a problem because Jezebel, and when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tied her head and looked out the window. What is wrong here? Jezebel is a child of an idol worshiper. It's not a child of God. So when children of God start copying things from the children of the devil, it creates a conflict. Because you are copying stuff from a different camp that you got no business copying from.
Okay, but Pastor, some people have makeup to hide
Dark spots.
Dark spots, yeah, there's reasons for those. We can tolerate those, but it becomes a sample. People start using it. Yeah, I still have a little spot here. It's a problem in our church. So, be your own judge, but glorify God in your body.
All right, Pastor. So you've taken it to a different level. And I would ask Nancy, does our culture have an effect on what is classified decent or not?
Yeah, I think so. Because, for example, like, I don't want to mention any culture outside, but sometimes there are these kind of culture, like maybe during their festival, they wear this kind of clothes, and you like, you know what I'm talking about. So like, they just cover like, if some of them don't even cover at all. I know I've seen something like that, but then something like that, they don't even cover at all, and you just leave it there. Sometimes some people try to adopt it, like it becomes their habits, like you just keep showing everything because they feel it's their culture.
Because if I'm getting from in our environment, it becomes absurd for a guy to be seen in dreadlocks.
Yes,
Yes.
And is it due to culture or is it that it's bad?
It's obviously due to culture.
So you are saying that it's not bad on its own,
You know, culture,
but in context.
culture is actually a way of life, and it's part of social environment. And you should know that social environment controls whatever we do.
So
Get it?
sometimes certain things are not bad on their own,
Yes, but because of culture.
put in context.
Yeah.
Nadia, what's your thought? Something like dreadlocks, do you think it's bad for saying me to braid my hair? Or it's culture that has made us think that way?
Well, it's culture that made us think that way, but for me, I think why is a guy supposed to braid his hair?
What is
It's a
wrong with
lady's
What's
thing.
wrong with
What
this?
is wrong
What's
with it?
wrong
It's a
with
lady's
this?
thing.
That's what I've never understood.
I'm not
What's
saying
wrong
it's bad.
with
I like it, but then like it's a lady's
wrong
thing. You
with it?
shouldn't do it.
What's actually wrong with it?
I don't know,
What's wrong with it?
It's a lady's
So-
thing. Like,
It's
So
like,
if you
what
braid-
is wrong with it?
No, see, the
A
thing
lady's
is,
thing is not to braid their hair. You guys just have long hair. The
Okay.
braiding hair thing is just something
But-
to make you look nice.
But I don't even get it because if I keep my hair, if we all go bald, I'm not sure your hair will grow faster than mine.
And okay, you say it's a lady's thing to braid their hair, but ladies also cut their
Cut their
hair.
hair. So why can't
In Ghana hair like this,
Oh.
in Ghana hair like this, it is our culture to actually leave your hair like this as a girl.
So what
But then, like,
if you can cut your hair?
a guy leaving
Why
your
can't
hair.
you braid that
No,
hair?
guys, for your own is bad because dreadlocks. It's like you don't wash your hair, and you're not someone who has the like money
So-
to keep it clean and
Who
stuff
told you?
like
You know the
other
people out
people.
there. Are you in the guys for?
No. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Some of them don't really have the money to take care of it.
Are you in the guys for?
No, but this is what you see some of them it smells. Some of them like it smells good. They also have money
But
to
there are also
take
girls who
care.
hair smells.
Hey.
But that one there is
So the girls they have the money to keep it.
no, but girls
Okay.
at least you're able to change it. But dreadlocks,
boys
it's
too
like
can
you don't
do.
wash your hair for like
You're not
quite
talking about
some
dreadlocks. You're
time.
talking about braiding your hair. in
And
general as
then
a
you
boy.
see those twistings. The
Oh,
twist
I
and
don't like
The
those
twist
things.
and locks.
Braiding your hair. After dreadlocks, me I
The
feel you
twist-
just
okay,
left your hair,
the
but then
twist and locks where they just cut here and then they twist this side.
No, you see, you haven't told me anything that is wrong with it.
Yes.
It's not wrong, but
Eh.
So you
It's
just-
not
you
nice.
just-
It's
you
not-
just
it's just not
admitted that
nice.
it's not wrong. You
it's
just-
not wrong, but it's not nice.
What she said was it's a girl thing
Yeah, it's a girl thing.
and a
but-
boy who wants to be defined in this gender-oriented atmosphere to be called a man, and you intentionally start doing things that pertain to women, you will confuse people
But pastor,
trying to know
Then it means
if you're gay
yeah.
or if you're straight.
it means in our secondary schools and most of the schools they're also doing the wrong thing. Because
Why?
girls are made to cut their hair.
It's a boy's thing.
And it's a boy's thing.
Who said cutting your hair is a boy's
It's a
thing?
boy's thing.
You,
And who
we
said
all
braiding
start
your
with
hair is
low
a
hair
girl's
before
thing?
it
No,
grows.
it's
So I try to say we all start with low hair
Are
before it
the
grows.
girls in SS
Talking
were they
about
born with this?
braiding hair. We're talking about braiding hair. Cutting hair is
Yes, it's a normal
something-
thing.
it's a normal
We all had,
thing.
when we were
The
all
only
born, we
reason why
had
it's-
cut hair. All our hairs were low.
If cutting hair is normal, then the braiding should be normal. The only reason why we are saying cut hair is normal is because
Braiding
it's
is
normal.
somebody's
It is part
culture.
of us.
It's
It
not
is
part of us.
but the braiding is not part of us. So we
No.
see it as wrong. But the
Braiding-
cutting, the cutting of hair is part of us.
A guy shouldn't braid his hair. Sometimes
Then
some
the
even
girls
look
too
like
shouldn't cut their hair.
some even look like ladies when
Some
they
girls
braid.
also look like boys.
Of course, but then like it's not
cut
supposed
their
to.
hair
but they
because
got
of the
features that
dentist.
help them.
We've also got features that help people.
But then some
boy with
girls,
glasses, then you should know that this one is a girl.
some girls who cut their hair not just because they want to cover, so that they have problems with their hair.
The boy also braided himself because he also has problems.
Of course not. You do it for just.
And plus, people cut their hair because of the school.
Yes,
No.
I'm
Hey,
trying to say
it's
that
something that
the
keeps
school is also
you.
wrong. The school is also wrong.
It's not their will to cut, but it's something that's making them
And
cut
they
their
have
hair.
reasons for
Okay,
doing
so
that.
Yeah,
What are the reasons?
because you don't have time for
Get
your
distracted.
yes.
How that the
You
people
always
in GIS, do they get distracted with their
that is
braiding?
them. That
Hey,
is their
wait,
don't
wait,
bring
wait,
them
wait.
in.
Let's cut out mentioning names.
Yes, let's not mention names. But then after that school, I don't know why
Hey,
they allowed
hey,
to.
The school,
I mean,
it's
I know
okay,
why
I don't
some
have to
schools-
discuss one man.
Some
so,
schools are
so let me
allowed to
ask
do that.
Pastor. Pastor, what's the biblical basis on this topic of braiding hair especially? Because it's become a very controversial one.
They said we shouldn't do.
No, but at this point, I think you can.
Well, I don't think it's a biblical issue. Because long hair, in the Bible, there's a Nazareth vow where nobody will cut your hair. Your hair grows long. Like Samson, like most of the prophets, they took a Nazareth vow. But right now, it's a cultural thing for women to braid their hair. Bible even goes against braiding hair and putting gold and stuff inside it. For women adoring herself. You put a little silver in yours, that's okay. You understand? But for a man to be looking like a woman, knowing Sodom and Gomorrah, that becomes an issue. So you have a little boy and you braid the hair, trying for the boy to look like a woman. Then the boy starts behaving like a woman and walking and doing all that. Then issues happen. And who do you blame?
Okay, so Pastor, what about dyeing your hair?
I used to dye my hair when it goes white.
So, so why is that?
No, that's different. Now you just don't want. That's different. Now you just.
Okay, so what if I dye it like brown or something? Then they talk about
I will talk about if you put red hair on your hair.
Pastor, why?
I will talk about
Pastor, why is it wrong?
Because it's totally out of the equation.
How? I don't understand.
Black, like
Were
black
you born
is
with a red hair?
But Pastor, it's natural for you to grow with white hair. That one, so that one too is natural.
No, that one he just did it like just to keep.
If you grow white hair, it's natural.
And so then
you grow red hair sometimes.
But Pastor, you don't get me like.
Black is the normal color, so then you can make it black, but then
which
after
is
other
not natural.
colors.
Natural, yeah.
But you dyed it for it to look black again.
Yeah.
So I also grew black hair, but now I want it to be red. So I also dyed it for it to
Your
become
hair was never red.
Your hair was never red to
Your
begin
hair was
with.
never red.
But why is it wrong?
Age is catching up with me. So
Yes.
if I just want to appearance decent.
But why is it wrong?
If a pastor came to church for yellow hair, would that be cool?
Exactly.
You see, you put your face down.
Okay, so Pastor.
Yes.
To sum up this segment, what are your guidelines, like a 5 or 3 point guideline to shape our dressing? So our viewers.
You have to be decent. You are representing a family. You are representing your parents. You have to. Part of your body needs to be covered, which is normal. Exposure of those are disgusting. Like a man showing your underwear is disgusting. You know, you do things decently and in order. Even if a pant, you let it be so tight you can't walk. If it's a dress, the dress is so short you can't sit. You need something to cover it. You see, you are uncomfortable. Anytime you are indecent, you are uncomfortable yourself. Somebody will see you and you start running. Like some of my students, in the night, they don't know I'll be in the street. And when I see them, I honk my horn. And when they look, and it's me, it's like me. I say, Lenika, I saw you already. Next time, do better. So the decency must come. It defines you. People say, oh, Ajuabana onam basa basa. Shem. You see those people who want to cross their legs and they remember the dress is too short. No. Be decent. Yes, sir.
All right, so Pastor, thank you so much. So the pastor's key points are that we should remember representing our family, the family of God, and our parents. We should also try as much as possible to cover up parts that do not need to be necessarily shown. We should factor in that people are looking at us, and so what we say, to a large extent, impact how they treat us. And so we should try as much as possible to look.
Right now, I don't think it's only about dressing, because yes, I can dress very decently, but my inner character is just so bad.
Yes.
So now we are going to go on a short break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about the topic of the day, very interesting topic you would like to stay tuned and listen to. Stay blessed.
We want to defy our family's decision and get married or elope. I need advice. What should I do?
Please, what should I do?
How do I tell her I cheated on her months ago? I need help. What should I do?
Okay, so for me, the moment I read the story, the first thing that came to mind was, wow, knowledge is indeed power. Sometimes we go through situations because we have no knowledge of how to go about them.
If you come from a home like that, you are likely to accept anything the outsider would, direct at.
The fact that we had an interesting ceremony where a priest prayed and all of that doesn't mean that magically you have turned into something else.
If he finds his way to God, a Bible-believing church, and he goes and he wants to change, nothing is
he giving
impossible.
His properties to charity and stuff?
Oh no, why? Okay, I think this is another discussion that we will not end today, so we'll not even go into it.
Real Talk, showing this and every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, welcome back from the break. And our topic for the day is very interesting. Kwame and Kojo, or Kofi, they were training for this football team. There's this Justifier inclusion in their SHS football team. And they told each other that, look, if both of us don't get in, none of us is going. And so the day for the Justify came. They went to play their hardest. But unfortunately, Kojo couldn't make it into the team. It was very sad.
Why was it Kojo when Kofi Mom didn't make it?
And Kofi made it into the team.
No, Kofi didn't make it.
Kofi made it into the team. And so when Kofi made it into the team, he broke the agreement that they said that if both of us don't get in, we are not going. And Kofi went. And so we are asking ourselves, how is it that we generally we do not take regard for promises we make unto our friends? And is he being true to himself? So Nadia, what's your take? Why is it that we don't regard promises we make to our friends?
Well, we are humans actually, and I think they both needed it badly. Just because of one covenant, this is why you would think, oh, just because of one covenant, I should leave this whole,
like it's a big something, and
follow just a friend.
And what is he going to give me?
So you are saying you would have gone?
No, I personally, it depends. If you are that kind, like the friend which like...
How can it depend when you gave your word?
No, I would only give my word if you are like that close to me. So
But these people are also that close.
Yes.
Here's the case, she's giving your word. Will you go, Achesi?
I'll go, because one, we are both coming from two different homes.
Exactly.
That's one. Number two, and that promise I made to you, I didn't even mean it.
Hey.
No, why should I say, why is it that you didn't get it? Me, I've got it and I shouldn't go. Kofi, let's see both of us go for a job interview. And then we promised ourselves that if
first of all, I won't promise you that.
See, this is everything that will make you.
I wouldn't even promise you that.
But here's the case you have.
It could be that maybe Kofi insisted. No, Kojo insisted that promise me. Kofi promised me that when I don't get it, then you get it.
But you have the choice.
No,
you cannot be forced.
I like the
See, you don't know if your friend is insisting. Okay, I promise. I give
Why you promised?
I promise doesn't mean it wasn't a declaration or something.
Okay, so Nancy, back to my question. Why is it that you don't regard our word? Why is it so?
In the first place, I'll make a promise I can't keep.
Let's say you made a promise.
You've made a promise. Why is it
I know myself, but I know what about
we don't know, but generally,
okay,
you made a promise
put
already.
myself.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Why is it that generally we don't keep our word?
Why won't I keep my word? Maybe because we all did it so badly. I know I made a promise, but then there's something called change of plans. So
you could feel wouldn't you have?
And let's say I really want it, and I don't know why in the first place I'll go and get a friend who just like something I really want, and I'll go in a competition with my friend. I mean, tell you I'm going. When you get it can bring like divisions between us and stuff. So I mean, tell I'm going. If we be there, sure, we all come from different places. It's not like you're my sister.
You are
down there.
So what you want your sister?
Please, it's that friend.
You are looking at it from just one point of view.
Yes.
the other side, he's being selfish.
Oh, how?
Yes. Why should
but you made your promise.
You insist. How can you make this
You
kind
agreed.
of promise?
Both of you agreed.
You see, some things and think about it before you promise.
Oh.
Yes.
Should we just make promises like
this,
that?
It's this Inkwala for promise. The best friends with Inkwala dream that promise these kind of promises.
Hey.
No.
Yeah, those who do best friend.
No.
Like, that means you're so into you. How can you be so into somebody
and if I don't get
so what if you hadn't gotten it?
Yes.
Friend had gotten it.
I'll be happy for my friend.
Actually, I'll be happy
that's
for you.
That's one thing about friendship. You have to be happy for the one
Yes.
who succeeds, even
Yes.
if you don't succeed. So those kind of promises are selfish promises.
No, but here's the case. You guys made the promise.
Yes.
I know you made a promise, but if I didn't get it,
Me, I'm not. To be honest, all my friends watching me know that me this kind of promise me I'll never keep it.
Oh,
yeah,
then don't make it in the first place.
Exactly, don't make it in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. Don't make this kind of promise in the first place.
What kind of friends are you? You can't keep a promise.
That's why I won't make it in the first place.
No, I tried to side with Nadia. You made your promise.
Yes.
Kofi, I know you made your promise.
And you know how much it will mean to your friend that you are going and you're not going.
I'll talk to you.
Saturday afternoon.
I don't need it badly. You need it badly.
Because the whole thing is, if it was me who didn't get into it and my friend gets into it, I'll be happy for him.
Okay, so let's take our time. Let's hear from Machezi.
I'll be happy for my friend. But it's actually selfish to say that because I didn't get in, you two don't go. It's selfish.
Nancy.
Me, like the base of the thing is, I'm not going to make a promise I can't keep.
We
all need a bad
promise.
Okay, I made a promise, but I'll be happy for you. You need it also, but I'll be happy for you. It's that simple. I'll be happy. It's going to. I'm going to, cry. It's going to hurt. But then
the
way you are speaking, it doesn't look like it's going to hurt.
I don't even care.
No, I care. It's going to hurt, but then
I don't want to be a footballer.
What can I do?
So Nadia,
what can I do?
If your friend didn't get in, would you have gone?
No, if you are like that close to me, of course I'll keep my promise and not go with you.
One reason why I don't bring people too close to me because of such things. You don't bring people too close to you.
You guys, please, let's listen to Nadia. One person at a time.
Sure.
So, yes, as you
say.
say.
I think I would have kept my promise if the person was that close to me, like my very, very good friend, and we made that promise. You have to keep your promise. I will keep my promise.
When you need it so bad.
Wait.
And when you're on a team like...
Please.
Wow.
Are you done? So
yes, I will keep my promise.
See what you're saying. There's a saying in account that says that it's because of friendship. That's why the crowd doesn't have a head.
Thank you.
That's what you are doing.
It's not related.
Let's say you know that
Wait. You are cutting off your dreams just because of friendship.
Thank you. And we say when you join that team, you become like one of the top students in the school, and you say because of your.
Be there. Be there. Cut your dreams for friendship.
So in this case.
So now let Nadia talk. Then we can't
teach.
No, in this case, it's something you both know. It's not something like prize or something. You both know that you need it. You've made the promise. Then don't make the promise in the first place.
That is what I was saying.
Here's the case: you have made the promise.
Me, I'll not keep it.
Okay,
that one,
so
I stand by that.
Pastor has something very interesting for us.
These are the foundations of promises. To keep. If you are not going to keep it, don't promise it. If you promise it, you have to keep it. And it happens in so many dimensions. Like I need 20 CDs badly by Friday. And you promise me. By Wednesday, if you know you cannot keep the promise, tell me so I can go to somebody else. But to keep quiet till Friday comes, and I say, Nadia, you remember what we... I just said it. I didn't plan to. You have prevented me from getting it from someplace else. So speak truth. So the Bible warns you, Micah 7:5. Trust ye not in a friend, put not your confidence in a guide. They will fail you. Things fail us. Even your shadow leaves you in the dark. It's part of life. So expect disappointment sometimes, but hopefully people keep to their words. That's what leads to divorce and everything else. For better, for worse, for richer, poor, you lose your job and leave. Because you're poorer now. We need a car to ride, you know. So we must keep promises. But if you cannot keep it, don't promise it. Say maybe I'll do it. So don't take it for guarantee. I don't know. But when the opportunity comes, I might use my phone trying to make noise. But it's okay. I'll put it in my pocket. Hopefully it stops. So that's it. Promises must be kept. Because people are depending on your promise. True or false?
True. So
if you said 9 o'clock, it should be 9 o'clock. Not 1 o'clock. No.
Yep.
It will create a problem.
Then this one, our parents also feel us in promises, Papa.
No, but in this case,
Kids,
not
it's
this
their
kind
friend,
of
yeah.
thing we are talking about. It's just, you have to keep, you people have promised that if
No,
you
but
don't get it, I won't go.
How can
But
I
you know
just
both
know
of you
enter
need
the
it. Why
football
make
team?
such a promise?
Just
I
because
don't know.
you guys, I think we should allow each other to speak.
Sure.
Let each other land.
No, this thing has become more or less like a debate.
It cannot be a debate.
Yes,
It's a
it
discussion.
can, yes.
Please, Acheze, regulate yourself. Let them land. So please, you're saying something, Acheze, or you're done.
Let
Nadia.
See, here we're talking of values and morals. I feel that I am a trustworthy person. I keep to my promises. So if I tell you that if you are not going, if you don't get in, I'm also not getting in. Then if it happens that you don't get in and I get in, I will not go in. Simple. I mean, I know I can keep it, so I made a promise. It's not that. And plus, you're my friend. What are friends for?
Nadia, it's easier said
Let me
than
give you another
done.
scenario. Let me give you another scenario.
Sure.
You see, we are waiting for results to say that we'll go to secondary school. Let's say you've promised one friend, if you don't get to school, me too, I will not go to school.
I will not go to school.
No, that is
then the
really
cousin
different.
and your friend doesn't get to school.
That's kind of crazy.
Let's just see one person at a time. Pastor was saying something.
No. I'm just letting to him throwing his future away for a friend.
That's the same thing.
Yes,
You're also throwing your
football,
future
maybe
away.
you just be a footballer in future.
You're also
And you
throwing that
just make
future away
this
for a
opportunity.
friend.
No, we don't do things like that. I don't think it's
But
like
you're
that.
giving a word.
The school wants you giving your word.
That is why, you see, he read something. He read something and actually know that text. Trust no man except your God. That's my favorite text because that's how I am. I don't trust anyone. So how we make that promise to you in the first place? Maybe I can keep it, but then like I know I won't.
Okay, so
I will
the
do
foundation is that if you make a promise, you have to keep it.
No.
If you know you can't keep
do you know
it,
why they are saying
don't
this?
make it.
Nadia doesn't really care about football. That's why when I brought in the school issue. You see?
No, you see,
don't care about.
No, there are different kinds of promises you keep.
This
is different.
The football is the same as the football. It's the same thing. The way you value school. Someone also values football the same way.
A footballer in future.
Yes.
So the basis is that if you can't keep it,
don't promise.
Don't make it.
But some friends, you see, if you make that kind of promise, you're just being selfish. How can you say because I didn't get into it?
Look,
don't go.
Actually, I think we need to set the ball, put things in the right place. A promise cannot be made by one person and it is binding on the other. It is mutual.
But
whether you are coerced or not.
You make promises under certain conditions. So I can just force you to promise. Oh, Kofi, just
tell me. We are friends. We have been friends for like how many years?
Just promise me that if I don't get you to you don't go.
They are people like that.
It is a principle and everybody must live by it. If you cannot keep it, don't make it.
Have you kept every promise you've made in this life?
The decision.
Have you kept every promise you've made in this life?
Please, let's the decision to make a promise, it is your decision. No matter how much someone guides, pressures you, it is your decision. They put a gun to your head, and it is your decision. So if they put a gun to your head and you make the promise, you have to live by the consequences. Then that is the fact. And I think we should keep that in mind. That is the fact. So if you are able to keep the promise, you should realize that it does not absolve you from the guilt. Whether there was a gun to your head, yes, you failed, but you should remember that you are equally guilty, and so you could face the consequences of not keeping the promise. which in this case you could lose your friendship.
And if you see, when you lose their friendship, it doesn't really matter. Yes, you feel pain.
That's what
You feel pain. It doesn't really matter because he's not the one. He's your best friend, but it's not the only friend you have.
You guys, you don't.
And
you
I cannot.
don't,
I cannot.
you
do- I
guys,
cannot-
you don't really have that.
I don't get
You are telling us you don't. I said if for school, will you
No,
sit
actually,
at home?
this is what I'm saying. That two different things. Right now,
They're
it's
not.
not school.
It's actually the same thing.
No, it is a principle.
It's the
Nadia.
same thing because Nadia, the way you value school, someone also values football the same way.
Okay, so I think at this point you have to give it to Pastor. Pastor alone. No comments. Pastor, please round it up for us.
Make promises you can keep. If you're not sure you can keep it, say maybe.
Maybe is best.
Maybe.
Maybe is best.
Yeah. Maybe means I'm also depending on something. I've not made up my mind. But if I tell you, sure, guarantee, this is going to be, then you are obligating yourself to it. And you have to live it, right? So before you open your mouth, do what? Think. And don't be afraid to tell your friends what you can do and what you can't do. There must be a line that would not be crossed. I cannot do this. I would not do this. I don't care how close you are to me. Don't ask me to smoke weed to prove that we are good friends. There is a cutoff in the friendship. Don't follow your friends to go do crazy things, and you will be in trouble and they will walk away. So know the promises you can keep and the ones you cannot keep, and be frank about it. Promising your friend about success, about your future, should not be made, period. But I know where that came from. A lot of crazy stuff can go with that. But in your concepts, don't make promises you can keep. It hurts people, it disappoints people, it makes yourself a Christian that you are. Make it bogus. Only say what you can keep. And it goes the same way to God. You are not making money yet. But tithe and offering is part of your baptismal vow. That you promise God you're going to give him a tithe and offering from your income.
I don't think I've kept that promise.
You say what?
I don't think I've kept that promise.
You've not kept it. You say it's wrong. Then you'll be cursed with a curse and let me go there. But when you promise, if you're a promise breaker, you will bring it to God also. Say, God knows something, I promise you 10%, but you know something, just take this 5 cities for now. And because you're not a promise keeper. When you make promises, keep it. You'll be blessed.
Amen. Amen. All right, so that was a very, very, very interesting dynamic to the topic. And I think next time we should learn to give each other time to land. So, Nancy, any last comments from all our discussions to our viewers?
Yes, what I have to say from the Bible verse was that don't get too close to the person. That's okay from my perspective. I'm not like that. I don't get too close to people because they can easily betray you, and it's true. We all know it's true. Trust no man. Don't get too attached. Then when you break such a promise, you guys won't destroy your friendship because friendship really matters. So don't get too close to the person to,
see Pastor something.
Go in such a difficulty. Yeah, that's what I have to
social
say.
distancing.
Yes, so that's what I have to say. Don't get
All right.
too attached.
Ashizi, any last comment on all of today's discussions?
Okay. For the dressing, we should be decent according to where we are going. And then for the friendship thing, you don't even make a promise, such a promise. That's what I'll say.
All right. Let me go to Nigeria before I count it faster. Any last comments?
Okay, yes. from decency, we are supposed to, I mean, we are God's creatures, so we are supposed to dress in a way that pleases God. We're not supposed to just dress anyhow. We are supposed to dress, I mean, our decency is supposed to be both inner and outer, so everything portrays and glorifies God. Yes. And with friendship, yes. For me, I think, yes, I get Nancy's point. Yeah, don't trust anyone, don't get too close. But for me, yes, you think before you make the promises, and when you make the promise, you need to stay true to yourself and keep it. No matter, you, like what you're saying, okay, you think your friend will get disappointed, oh, sorry, then it's gone. But you don't do that. You have to be a person of value. You stick to your values no matter what. I've made a promise, okay, I'm keeping it. I mean, whatever the promise may be, I mean, you don't promise for some things, but whatever you promise, you're supposed to keep it. That shows true, I mean, it shows your true values and integrity, like what you stand for. Yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you. Pastor. Well, it has all been
Decency. We talk about hair, don't braid your hair. A man, go pierce your ears, put some earring in there. You're a man, try to be a man. Be satisfied, you'll be a man. Don't dress looking like a woman, you know. Put on a skirt right now, you're coming, you know you're a man, you put on a skirt and a blouse, you're confused person. Our makeup sometimes is a necessity, and we should understand that. But be decent about it. Be very decent. If you're covering acne, and that will, if you don't cover it, it won't come out. Cover it a little bit, but be decent about it. Don't stop coming to church because of your acne. Put something over it and come. We will worship with you. You know, there are some things about friendship and the vows. People depend on what you tell them. Like they said, come to a studio, come at 7, and then you change your mind. Oh, forget about 7. I ain't going. Call the person, tell him you're not coming. Because the person is counting on your presence. They know you'll be here. 1,000 people, but he is going to be host. And then he said, oh, I just told you I'll be coming, but I really didn't mean it. And, go and find somebody else for it. You don't do things like that. You are not dependable. You cannot be trusted. So when you open your mouth to say something, you have the option to say, I won't do it. You have that option. Say, I'm not coming. Than to say, 7 o'clock, you will see me there, knowing very well that you will not. So same promises. I'll be there for you, and you know you will not be there. We're going to do this together, and you know you're not doing it. Your heart is not in it. Don't promise it. Promise only things that you can keep. And if you give the word, say your word is your bond. People must have confidence in you that you will deliver what you promise. That's godliness.
So these vows they say during weddings, like for better, for worse, for richer, for poor. Do you think you should decide whether you want to tell the pastor that please don't add this part? Because I know someone who actually did that. Like tell the pastor not to say that part because she's not going to like. She's not going. She actually did it. Tell the pastor that she's not going to.
You guys are the wedding. You are the wedding. You were present.
No, she told us that she told the pastor that she's not going to say that. But it's not true. She's not going to keep that promise. She didn't say it.
The couple, both of them, decided not to read that they will make their own vows, and they made their own vows, and they kept that out of it. It's better that way than say yes, you know you're lying.
So I know. So when it happens like that, I know that if I lose my job right now,
she will leave. Yeah, she's still. So you got 2 jobs. So when you lose one, you still have another.
All right, it was a very nice, great time with you guys. I'm sure you've learned a lot from our discussion, and I'm sure you've learned that we should keep our promises, and we should also keep our minds on the fact that God is looking at our dressing, and so we should glorify Him in our bodies. Thank you so much for watching our program today, and continue to stay blessed, and God richly bless you. Thank you.
Hope Channel, changing lives.